No more! I've already forgotten what this video is about. It's, well, first of all, I'm Joinen. And, are suspiciously specific. Wait, no, okay. Whoa. You know, Sal, sometimes people post some things that are like, sus. But very specific. And you go, hold on, that was suspicious, but also specific. Well, you'll be seeing that so many times today as we look through the most suspiciously specific posts. For example, this one right here. The fact that the homeowners associations exist is wild to me. You buy an entire house and some lady a couple doors down can tell you that you're not allowed to display your antique frog statuette and you have to pay a fine. Insane. All right. First of all, does sound insane. I frankly think an antique frog statuette should be on everyone's front lawn. Secondly, I've never heard of this. Homeowners Association? What is this American-ness? Is this a thing over there? It's an American thing? Rich people things? Yes. It's horrible. Sadly, yes. I've literally never heard about it. The only thing I can think of is if you live in like an apartment here in Australia, there'll be like an apartment group that should speak on behalf of the apartment people. I don't know, for like apartment related affairs. Or if you live in like a what are they, a heritage listed area, you can't like necessarily change the front of your house too much because the buildings are all heritage listed and you gotta upkeep the vibe of the area. I know that's a thing, but you know, antique frog statuettes? Nah. That's a goat. That's a goat here in Australia. No matter the situation, we're all about antique frog statuettes here. Do you ever wonder how many stories have been told about you? I don't mean rumors or gossip. A story like, one time I was at the mall and this girl dropped her hot dog, but she picked it up and ate it. What if I'm that girl? How many times have people seen me do something I thought no one saw and is now being used as an icebreaker at a family dinner? I actually wonder all the time how many, like, I've been stopped a couple times as, you know, because I'm like famous YouTuber and stuff, but I wonder how many people have seen me but didn't say anything. There's gotta be a higher number of people that didn't say anything than people that did. One time I was in the historical park in New York and I was climbing a tree in order to get a good photo and I fell out just as a family was walking past. 2 years later, I ran into the mum at Stop and Shop and she gasped and said, "Oh my God, tree girl?" No way! And I've never been the same since. There's no way after 2 years someone would look at your face and remember you as tree girl. You must have like a very defining feature. There must be something about you where it's, you know, other than the fact that you fell out of a tree. You gotta have like a second nose on your face or something. Hold on. It's gotta be not as memorable as falling out of a tree. Otherwise, you'd be second nose girl, not tree girl. Could you imagine just walking past a tree and just someone falls out of it? Or maybe they had like a moment. You know what? That's probably what it was. They had like an exchange. Oh my God, are you okay? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Here, let me help you up. What's your name? You know what I mean? Tree girl. Because they like had a conversation or something. I can see it. It sounds like a shoujo anime. Yeah. Except they would die falling out of the tree and then they would be teleported to another world where everything is the exact same, but I run a boba tea shop and I'm introducing boba tea to everybody in a fantasy universe, and it's called something like The Time I Fell Out of a Tree and Got Transported to Another World, and now I run a boba tea shop. It's super popular. Yeah, you know when you're a fast walker and the guy ahead of you is fast too, but only 90% as fast as you? I hate this. So you must pass him, but to pass him, you have to walk comically faster than your normal speed, or else you be in his personal space too long as you pass. That's annoying. That is, I wouldn't say suspiciously specific. It is specific, but as a certified fast walker, I am constantly infuriated by how slow people walk. And I gotta say, people walking slow often are considerably less annoying than someone who walks almost as fast as you. You gotta now walk together. Hold hands even. You gotta get like your speed walk on and just, yep, no, this is how I walk. But then you feel awkward about it too. Because now you're thinking like, how far do I have to overtake them before I kind of get back in their lane per se? You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you're kind of like right in front of them and because it's not over. It's not over after you pass them. You still need to keep up the pace. Otherwise, it's still awkward. You're too close to them otherwise. You need to like step on it and keep jogging. Sometimes you actually, you know, you joke, just start jogging. But I feel like sometimes you have to kind of do like a little, you know what I mean? Like just a little hop and a step to pass them. Make it a bit of a thing. Oh, sorry, just, I'm in a hurry. I think the white people don't like spicy food thing mostly applies to middle to upper class whites. Because every redneck I know buys hot sauces with names like Butthole Prolapser and Poop Liquefier every time they go to Ace Hardware. I think, you know, white people with spicy food, it's kind of like we got something to prove. And it's, you either show up to that game or you don't. You're either like, yeah, you know, I'm one of the white people that like spicy stuff. And that just has to become your whole personality. Otherwise, you don't touch it. You're one way or the other. You like spicy food, Joinen? I do like spicy food. I genuinely enjoy spicy food. I don't know what that's about, but what I prefer more than spicy food is like wasabi. Spicy food, I can admit sometimes it's too hot. Wasabi, on the other hand, if I'm eating some sushi, I'm tucking into some sashimi, I am putting buttloads way more wasabi than I need to. And I sit there in pain going, but it just like hurts so good. It's just like, I just love that. I can't get enough of it. The flavor's too tasty. That's the problem with wasabi. It tastes too good. So you gotta just like, you gotta use more because you want to taste it. And then it's just, but the best thing about wasabi is that then it's just done. It doesn't like, it's like you're hanging out at a pub and you play a game of pool or something, and then someone else is like sitting there and they're kind of watching and they're giving their little inputs. Oh, good shot. Oh, I reckon if you went for that one. And you're kind of like, all right, I mean, this is cool. This guy's friendly. Yeah, you can hang around and watch, I guess. Be a part of it for a little while. You know, you want a beer? That's wasabi. But they're really just a genuinely great guy. That's wasabi. Chili spice is like the person who afterwards says, I got next game with you. And you're like, what? And then you're playing pool with this guy. And then he's like, let me get you a drink. And you're like, oh, okay, well, sure. I'm not gonna say no. And then it's like the whole thing. And they're like, you want to go bowling? And you're like, oh, I gotta go. No, let's just go bowling. And they're there the entire night. You're hanging out with this person for some reason, and they don't leave. And you're just looking for your moment to run, but you can't. I'm not going to say no, I haven't been in that situation, but I will say it's very much like chili compared to wasabi. Talk about oddly specific. I'm just saying, I don't know what the guy's name was, but me and Matt, boy, we had a tag along the entire night, and it's like, sure, I mean, you hang out with someone, but like, then there's something about it when they're just sort of there the entire night and you don't even know who this person is. Joining getting sidetracked? No, I'm adding my own. You know, I'm putting my own little interjection in there. Sure, suspiciously specific. The Joinen post edition. You guys got any suspiciously specific stories? Chuck them in the chat. I thought you were calling out Matt as being the person. No. No. It was me and Matt hanging out and this other guy, and he took a particular liking to Matt, and it was yeah. British cooking shows. Tell us about the wee tart. Tell us about the wee tart you've made. The crust is just lovely. American cooking shows. We've replaced your knives with Phillips head screwdrivers and released the raccoons in the kitchen. The clock is set to 30 seconds. Please bake us peace in the Middle East. True, I remember that episode of cooking with the Americans. Cutthroat Kitchen is literally this. Wait, you have a show called Cutthroat Kitchen? That doesn't sound like something that should be happening in a kitchen. You cut a lot of things, but I don't think you should be cutting throats. Pretty sure my clowns are about to lay eggs. Is an absolutely terrifying sentence coming from anyone other than my coworker with a saltwater home aquarium. Pretty sure my clowns are about to lay eggs. And look, I'm not talking about the fish. I'm amazed by people who lose weight with exercise. I know, like, how long do you need to run? Like, if we're just talking calories in, calories out, that's a lot. And then if you just do exercise, then you get hungry, and then you're gonna eat more. I'm already so on board with this person's sentiment. When I exercise, nothing happens because my DNA still thinks I'm a European peasant. So it's like, all right, are we gonna go running from the English again, lass? Done. Deny your worry. We'll keep you plump as a partridge to outlast the murderous bastards. Yes, another excuse. Just do it! Just do it! Stop with the excuses. Get out there and run, boy. Run from the English. It's more about training your body to curb fat when you don't work out. All right. We'll turn this video into a nutrition video. We'll talk about. I'll get a nutrition expert in. I'll get bodybuilder Kane, my bodybuilder friend. I'll get him in. You know how big his chest is? His chest is the size of 2 chests. It's like, you look at him on the side, you know that Superman meme? Where it's like this, but then his chest is still facing forward, like in front of the... That's him. That's who I talk to about, you know, about my protein powders. Hey, bro, got any protein powder recommendations? Yeah, bruv. Oops. You've just killed someone. What is the most creative way to hide the body? Okay. All right. Someone's freaking out in this moment. Oh, I've just killed someone. I know. I'll post a thread about it on Reddit. Ever since I was a kid, I always thought that if I had to hide a body, it would be smart to keep it somewhere temporary and then leave an anonymous tip to the police about it being buried in a certain place. They would dig that place up, realize it's not there, and move on. Then I'd bury the body in that place. The freshly dug soil won't be suspicious, and the police wouldn't look there because they already have. Ever since I was a kid, I just had this idea, and I'd figure, in theory, it would work super well. I don't want to work 5 days a week and figure out what to cook for dinner every day. I want to lie on a rock in the sun like a lizard. I am not this person. I am suspiciously not cotton can daddy. Sure, I mean, who doesn't want to work less? But I enjoy cooking dinner, and boy, I'm one of those people who's like, if I'm in the sun too long, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit over there in the shade. Hey, I'm 100% finished DNA, certified. Those people aren't made to lie on a rock in the sun like a lizard. They are not made for that. Not in the Australian sun. Being a crow sounds like such a fun existence. It's like, wake up, eat some garbage, find a rabbit to mess with because you just hate rabbits so much. Get to the top of a very tall tree and scream for at least 2 hours so that people know you're a crow. Join your 3 crow friends in someone's backyard. Just hop around like a goofball. Yell some more. Okay, that was good enough. Go to sleep. Repeat. Yeah, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're like some of the smartest birds on earth, aren't they? Clearly they've figured it out. They've figured out how to live life to the fullest, and I think we should frankly give it a try. Run around to junior schools around the place, pulling rubbish bags out of bins and going through kids' bags. Just screaming the whole time. Sounds like a hoot. Sometimes it blows my mind that there are people that don't wear glasses or contacts. Like, they can literally see with no aid. Like, wake up and just be out here seeing. What a wild concept. And people say stuff like, lol, don't you hate it when you look up in the middle of the night and see a spider on your ceiling? Like, dude, I could have Nicholas II, last Tsar of Russia, hanging from my ceiling fan, and I would be none the wiser. I would be none the wiser too, because I wouldn't know who that is. Frankly, that ain't true. I don't wake up and just be out there seeing. Because I use a sleeping mask to keep the sun out of my eyes. So I wake up and I see nothing. People protesting for Disneyland to open so they can walk around in the blazing sun for 7 hours to go on 3 rides, then have the worst family fight in years and silently drive home. Ah, Liz. I'm so sorry. Sounds like it was a bit of a rough day. Is she okay? True though? I don't know, I've never been to Disneyland. I couldn't tell you. I've been to other amusement parks though, and I would say I was sufficiently amused. I still think the biggest scam in history though is they charge you entry, and then they charge you extra entry if you want to go into the other line. And if enough people do it, it's no faster than being in the cheaper line. That's a pyramid scam. If there ever was one. I wish I could terrorize ancient people with things that are commonplace today. Releasing a Roomba into the Greek forums. It would be pretty scary. You know, release a Roomba into like a room in the 1980s. You know what I mean? Why not? My sister moved into a new house and found this in the wall of her basement. Oh, no. You just have to feed it a Jolly Rancher every full moon and it'll leave you alone. Its eyes turn directly at you. Feed me. I'm gonna buy a parrot and only teach it 4 phrases. I miss my hands. Never break a promise to a witch. There's only one way to lift the curse. I just want to hug my kids again. Teaching a parrot only 4 phrases is probably pretty tough because boy, they pick up the strangest things. I used to have a parrot back in my day. In our family, in our big old family, there was lots of people, but we only had 1 toilet and the door would squeak when you open it. And my parrot learnt to repeat that squeak perfectly. Like, you literally couldn't tell the difference. It doesn't sound like a big deal. You're like, who cares, right? But if you're like, when there's only 1 toilet and you're kind of waiting for your turn, and then you're like, all right, I think I'm gonna go to the toilet now. And then you hear the squeak. It's just not worth going over and checking. Someone just went in there. So you assume that someone's going in and out of the toilet the whole time. I don't know what the point of that story is, but no, right. It does relate because parrots will just pick up whatever. They'll pick up whatever they hear. You can't just teach them 4 phrases. You'd have to move them away from anyone talking ever and then specifically only talk to them those 4 phrases. Don't you have a picture posted on Insta of small Joinen and Parrot? I do indeed have a picture of small Joinen and Parrot on my shoulder on my Instagram that has almost 10,000 followers. You could be one. Jeff Bezos jokingly tweeting death threats to Leo DiCaprio wasn't on my 2021 bingo sheet. I did see that. I saw that live on Twitter. I saw the real deal. Jeff Bezos not happy about the way his partner be looking at Leo, but can you blame it? It's Leo. Anyway, get some lemon carton merch. It's cute. It's got a little lemon carton on it. And I will see you lot next time.